Today's podcast is brought to you by Quantrix Modeler Introductory Training, teaching the fundamental foundation that you need to become a Quantrix Master. Go to quantrixauthority.com to learn more. Hey, welcome back to another netcast. I'm Rich Lopez, Quantrix Authority. Sincerely appreciate you joining me today for episode 190, Select List as a Filter. I have here a model that I want to apply some filters to. I have a list of model names here, and I have whether or not we have them published and if they are in use. And I have three certain options for this published and in use. I have yes, no, or unknown. Okay, and that input is being constrained by this filter category over here that's in matrix 2. Now what I could do is, let's say I wanted to filter for all of the unknown values. So what I could do is I could go up here, I could click on right click, I could click filter and then go to values and select unknown. But honestly, that's too many clicks for me, because then if I want to go in here and I want to filter and then I want to click on no, I mean, it's just kind of a pain a little bit sometimes, this filtering. It has improved in Quantrix, but I still think it can be refined. But at the same time, if you can use this function that I'm going to show you, then it makes it a little bit easier. So again, I don't really like having to filter this way. And what I want to do is I want to make it easy for the end user to filter, right? I want to make it so the end user just has to maybe put, a couple values of what they want to filter for, and it will filter my list automatically. And so that's what I'm going to show you here using the SelectList function. If you need a refresher on the select list, I encourage you to watch episode 4. It's the 4th video I ever made. It shows you the power of SelectList. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove this filter here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this matrix 2, and it has this filter category. And again, it's feeding the constrained input that's in this published use. And what I want to do is I want to just simply be able to put ones and zeros in a column here, and say if I want to filter on the yeses, I'm going to put a 1. If I want to filter on the unknown, I want to put a 1. Or if I want to see no, then I want to put a 1. And as I do that, I want this filter to adjust automatically for me based off of which ones have 1s here, or if I go ahead and I delete one out and make it 0 or make it blank or whatever, that it would then only show unknown. So how can I do that? Well, first off, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to write a simple formula over here in use, and I'm going to say use equals if value here, if this value, so I guess it's not value as a function, but it's value equals 1, then at filter, otherwise 0. Okay, so again, if I put in 1s here, you can see that it's go ahead and populating it with the at filter that I'm on, and if I clear it out, it goes ahead and puts a 0. So now what I want to do is I want to create this select list function, and I'm going to do it here in kind of a helper column with it, if you will, just so I can get the syntax correct, and then of course we'll apply it in the filter expression. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to say this guy is equal to select list, and I want it to be a select list because there's multiple criteria that I'm looking up. So if I go matrix 2 value, okay, if the filter use is equal to the published and in use over here, right, then go ahead and give me a 1 because I'm returning the value. If I go ahead and I delete this, you would see that all the unknowns and everything else is blank. But then if I put in 1 for yes, then you can see that again, only I have the yeses being populated. If I put in 1 for no, then go ahead and I see the no's. So what you may be tempted to do is simply go ahead and filter on the values and filter for 1s. Okay, and I guess you could do that. So again, if I go ahead and I delete this, you can see that if I just want to see the unknowns, I can do that. If I want to see the no's, I can do that. So that's pretty cool, but I want to take it a step further because Quantrix is awesome and you can do that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this select list. I'm going to put it over here in published and use, and I'm going to say filter. I'm going to use it as an expression, and I'm going to say where select list equals 1. Go ahead and filter it. I'm going to remove this filter here. I'm going to maybe even delete that entire column, right? Now that I've got it. And now if I just want to see the unknowns, I'm going to remove that, and I see nothing but the unknowns. So again, this makes it, if I want to see the yeses, I put in yes. I don't want to see the unknowns. That's how you can make a filter really automagic within Quantrix using the SelectList function where you have multiple criteria. Anyway, I think that's awesome. I absolutely love this tool. I really want to help you with Quantrix, so I really wish you would ask me a question. It's a free service that I'm providing here to the Quantrix community because I absolutely love Quantrix, and I want to help you grasp and harness this awesome power of this tool. So please reach out to me at quantrixauthority@gmail.com. I also encourage you to go check out my website, quantrixauthority.com, and you can ask me a question there. Anyway, please join me again for another episode of Quantrix Authority with Rich Lopez.